What's up? Welcome to Riff with me, episode number 1. This is Patrick Rifflin, your host and instructor and vibe creator. First off, thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate it very, very much. You could be doing anything in the whole entire planet right now, or maybe not actually with the current times, but you are here listening to my new podcast. So thank you very, very much. First and foremost, thank you. So very brief explanation of this podcast. I decided to start this. This is the stay-at-home time, so everybody's starting new things, and this is going to be my new adventure. I don't like writing things down too much, but I feel like I am trying to capture more of the voices in my head and also trying to just give more of what has been given to me out to others. And try to be of service and have some fun while doing it. So I have been listening to a lot of podcasts lately. My favorite is Bill Burr. I love comedy. I love stand-up comedy, and I hope to find some sort of humor in this adventure. And I just wanted to do something different, and so I have chosen to do this podcast, and it'll be called Riff with Me. Very improv based, hopefully lighthearted, and I also wanted to bring the guitar into it. So it's basically going to be me and my guitar in real time. I do plan on starting to videotape these, and I also plan on doing some lessons that coincide with these episodes at some point. And so I'm going to hop right into that side of it, actually. So this first episode, I wanted to kind of dive into the most basic of guitar scales. And we're going to talk a little bit about scales. And so my goal is that if you do play the guitar, or this sparks something in you to want to play the guitar, that you can access these episodes and future lessons that I plan on putting out, just to kind of connect the dots and get a foundation for the basic principles of the guitar, scales and chords, and intervals, which I'm very, very big on, as opposed to taking it, learn this song and learn that song and learn this song. Although that's how I did start to play, how I was taught when I first started. So before I start talking about the scales, a real quick background for those who don't know me. My name is Patrick Rifflin. I'm 34 years old, and I've been playing the guitar for 25 years. My favorite guitarist is John Frusciante, and I enjoy funk and blues, and I like to play very clean tones. And Stevie Ray Vaughan and Kurt Cobain were my initial influences to pick up the guitar, and music has been the center of my life ever since. So since I was 9 years old, and I'm grateful for it. Definitely ups and downs, and that's another thing that I want to touch on in future episodes. Is just not only the music side of things, but the life and the day-to-day of really pursuing your music and being an instrumentalist in this digital era that we are in. But anyway, I am here in West Seattle, in Seattle, Washington, and I'm very grateful for that. It's actually a sunny day today. Today is May 5th. Cinco de Mayo, and it's really sucks that you can't go out and celebrate. But anyway, so I wanted to, like I said, go back into some instruction on the guitar, and we're going to start super basic. So I do have my guitar here with me. I will be doing video stuff in the future, but I think this is gonna work if you do have a guitar with you, and even if you don't, I'll tell you where I'm at. So, excuse me. Got my coffee. So anyway, right now I'm just in F sharp minor, and I really just want to talk about the pentatonic scale. I'll probably do 100 lessons on the pentatonic scale, as should every guitar player, and that's the basis for modern music, for pop music, for blues. It's all based around the pentatonic scale. Penta meaning 5, and so there's 5 notes, pentatonic. I think tonic meaning note, so 5-note scale. So I will actually transpose this from F sharp minor, just to keep it easy letter wise. I'm just gonna slide up to A minor. So on your guitar, that's that bar chord where your first finger is going all the way across the 5th fret, and from the 1st string to the 6th string, and then your 3rd finger's on the 7th fret, and on the A string, and your pinky finger is right behind it on the 7th fret on the D string. Bam, that's your A minor bar chord. And so letter-wise, we're going to start down at the 6th string. Boom, 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 at the A note. And we're just going to go walk it up. And we're going to go A, C, which is the 8th fret on the E string, and then D, E on the A string, which is the 5th and 7th fret, and then we're gonna go G. Sorry, this is good exercise for me too. G, and then A, which is the octave, and that will be on the D string. So first octave is right. So that's the whole entire pentatonic scale. Then the second octave, you can start right there on the 7th fret on the D string, and then you can go up to the 3rd, the minor 3rd, which is the interval, which they call it, which is there. And then the 4th, I'm going to just do the intervals now. The 4th of the scale is that note right there, which is the 7th fret on the G string. And then, which would be, what note would that be? That would be a D. So we're going to go A, C, D, E, G, A. And then the frets again. I'm on the 4th string, which is the A. The A, 7th fret, 5th fret on the G string, 7th fret on the G string, 5th fret on the B string, 8th fret on the B string, and 5th fret on the high E string, and then you can go up to the 8th fret, right? And then back down. Right? We're talking our way through this. This is fun. So if you do have your guitar, that scale, I know that's one of the first things that's in the book, right? So we all know it as guitarists. So every other scale is found kind of within that, which we'll dive deeper into, and feel free to leave comments and questions and stuff, and I can get more specific based off your comments and questions. But I just wanted to try and talk my way through that. That's the first scale that I learned as a guitar player. And then, as we get more into it, we can talk about sliding it up and down on the keys, different keys along the fretboard. And, but I just feel like this is a good starting point of what we need to do as guitar players. So anyway, I appreciate you guys listening very, very much. I'm going to just do a quick little jam to kind of lighten the mood, and it'll be in A minor, and I'm just going to do the pentatonic thing. I haven't hooked up my loop pedal yet. That's something that I want to do. For those who have maybe seen some of my music, I really, really enjoy doing live looping, and that's kind of the center of my live performance. But for this first episode, I'm just going to kind of strum. It's just me and my guitar. So here's a little A minor pentatonic jam that you can do once you get the scales really together there. just a little something in A minor with the pentatonic. So anyway, this is my first episode. I'm definitely talking my way through it and filling it out. This is Riff with Me, a podcast through the lens of a guitar player who's very grateful and at times kind of grumpy. So thank you again for tuning in, and feel free to leave any topic suggestions or guitar stuff or just life stuff. Again, I wanted to just start something new and talk my way through a lot of things, not only the guitar, but the life of being a musician in 2020 and stepping into my 30s, and just I'm at a certain point in life where I wanted to reflect and collect, but then also hopefully contribute more and share more instead of just kind of keeping in my bubble, which I would just comfortably do the rest of my days if it was up to me. But I feel like, I would like young guitar players and young musicians to just know that music is so important, and that so many people that have come before us have given so much to it. I would be doing it a disservice if I didn't try to really utilize it and then pay it forward, So I've had a lot of good teachers. I guess I could talk about that. Like I said, I've been playing the guitar since I was 9 years old. My first guitar teacher was an incredible guitar player by the name of Victoria Nutter, and she's a guitar teacher in Burien, Washington, and was absolutely incredible, and a guitar collector, and got me familiar with everybody from Jimmy Page to Jimi Hendrix to Eric Clapton to Stevie Ray Vaughan, and a lot of different things in between. Jeff Beck, just Tom Petty, a lot of different things on the guitar. And then I took lessons for 5 years and became her favorite student, and just really played a lot between the time I was 9 and 14. When I was 13 and 14, I went to a summer jazz camp at the Seattle Center Academy with Clarence Acox, who is the jazz instructor over at Garfield High School, and Garfield has a world-renowned jazz band. And when I was 13 and 14, those were super formative years, and going to that jazz program really helped me build my ear for scales and for soloing and playing within a groove and soloing over a groove. And Clarence Acox called me Eric Clapton back when I was 13. I thought I was coolest guy in the world. And then I went to Highline High School, where I formed my first band, and that was a really great adventure. And we got on the radio when I was in high school, and played so many different gigs, won talent shows, and had a good little run, and we're known in our neighborhood, I suppose. And so that was wonderful. And then when I was 21, I met a really amazing talented DJ by the name of DJ Butters, and we got to go on tour with Snoop Dogg. And I was a guitar player for an artist named Domino when I think that was by the time I was 22 maybe. And so we went on tour with Snoop Dogg, and then kind of got invited down to LA to audition for Snoop Dogg's band. And although that didn't come to fruition, it put the spark in me to move down to Los Angeles. And so I moved down to Los Angeles and went to Musicians Institute. And so I had a wonderful year at Musicians Institute, where I studied the guitar and studied a little bit of vocal training and music production. And one of my favorite teachers is the guitar player for the band War, and he's my private instructor. His name is Stuart Ziff, and he's incredible, an East Coast musician, no nonsense, incredible slide guitar player, and really gave me a foundation to kind of go beyond just the basics, and also how to approach music in the day to day. So I learned so many lessons there, and I was performing my original music at the time, and that was my big goal, was to be an original artist. And so coming out of the Musicians Institute year, me and my drummer, who was the one who encouraged me, shout out Ryan Woolen, encouraged me to move down to LA because he was the one who was going to go to Musicians Institute, and that's why I went. We were the featured artists at the MI graduation that year for our original project, and it was great. Everything was wonderful. And then I decided to stay down in LA. I stayed in LA for 7 years, gigging, and then I moved back to I moved back to Seattle, and then within a year I was able to do music full time up here, by doing gigs, and I've just been really a gigging musician for the past 5 years almost in Seattle, and up until the recent times here with the COVID-19, just being a gigging musician. And so I want to talk about that, the realities of that from my perspective, which is something that I feel like I need to share because I definitely haven't in the past. So that's kind of the point of this podcast. That's a little bit about me, and definitely we can dive deeper into that. Feel free, anybody ask me any questions, that would be awesome. I would super appreciate just the curiosity, and that's what it's all about. And I really hope to just kind of start like a community of other musicians here, and I definitely want to have guests on the show. So if you're a musician and you want to come riff with me, that's the whole point, is to create this platform and have fun doing it. And so thank you again for listening. I really do appreciate it. And I'll bring it back full circle to the first scale that I learned, which is that pentatonic in A minor. And we'll just do a quick little riff. And I'm going to show you the notes within that a little bit just through these riffs that you can kind of add. And the long story short, as I'm sure guitar players know, who have been playing for a little while, the notes within the pentatonic is very much experimental. You can talk about the intervals and the scales and how they relate with those notes that are in between, but it's very much kind of trial and error, no matter what. So the more you play, the more you practice with the scale and just kind of fill in the blanks with those in between notes, you'll get a feel for it. It's very much like a vocabulary building. Certain, you remember certain runs and certain patterns, and you kind of put those in your bank, so to speak. So I'm gonna do a couple riffs that are a little bit about tying in those extra notes. So here we go. So those are just some extra notes and stuff that you can kind of throw in. We can kind of pick apart that more if you guys want or are interested in that. Just let me know. And like I said, I'm hoping to start some sort of video lesson that goes along with the different episodes. But this is episode 1, so we're just going to walk our way and talk our way and rock our way through it, right? Amen? Amen? And that's actually another episode that I definitely am going to dedicate, if not more than one episode, is to gospel guitar and how much I have been so blessed to be a part of an incredible church family up here in Seattle, Washington, and it's definitely transformed my musicality and my ear and my soul in so many different ways. And so I definitely want to talk about the power of gospel guitar playing, and that directly relates back to the pentatonic. A lot of those runs are... and just kind of knowing how to add those the slurs just from the fret above, just sliding down. But the point of doing that is not to just do it; it's to make your guitar sing and make it sound like you're singing. And so we can talk a lot about that. I look forward to that. I look forward to sharing. Just a lot of different stuff. Like I said, if you're a guitar player, feel free to contact me. If you're a comedian, feel free to contact me, because I would love to start riffing with comedians. I love stand-up comedy, and this is one of the reasons why I want to talk my way through it, so I can get more comfortable talking and eventually being on camera, because I definitely want to put these on video or have the video version of whatever this is. And we'll get there. We'll get there. But today is episode 1 here, May 5th in 2020, the worst year ever. No, but seriously, I hope everybody's staying safe. And I really do appreciate you guys chilling with me, riffing with me. And it should be a fun adventure going forward. And so I'm shooting to make these episodes about 30 minutes, but I think I'm going to keep this one a little bit shorter just to wrap it up for today. So one more time, we did talk about the Pentatonic Scale, and that is the basis for all of music. Penta, 5 tonic notes, 5 notes in the scale. One more time, that's just... say the frets. We'll do it real fast. From the low E to the high E, it's gonna be 5 8 5 7 5 7 5 7 5 8 5 8 and back. Right. So for the guitarists out there, practice that scale for me this week. Let me know how it's going, and let me know how we can talk about how you would like to talk about those in-between notes. And thank you so much again. I appreciate it. Again, this is your host of Riff with me, Patrick Rifflin. And just thank you so much. I will be posting more music. I will be doing the most to try and produce content. So that is my big epiphany of this stay-at-home time, and I hope everybody else is having their own personal epiphanies and staying safe and being well and treating others well and treating yourselves well, because it has definitely been a challenge since March 17th. Everything in my life has been canceled, so I am right there with you. And I appreciate the support. This is totally free. I'm not asking for anything for these podcasts. I definitely just wanted to contribute and hopefully have something fun for you guys to listen to. I promise I will try to make it more fun. But I'm just talking my way through this first episode. So bear with me. I will get better. I promise. And yeah. So I'm not sure how often. I think I'm going to try and do this maybe twice a week. And we'll see. Again, some of my favorite podcasters are Joey Diaz, um, obviously Joe Rogan, and Bill Burr. And so I love how those guys do it, and I love their sense of their presence, you know. And so that's something that I want to build up towards, um, as opposed to just staying in my bubble, which, like I said, I will do so comfortably for the rest of my life. I could just not do anything. If I would do that. That's what I would do. But I'm not allowing that to happen. And let this be my testimony to it, my testament to it. So thank you guys for tuning in. Again, episode 1, Riff with me. I'm Patrick Rifflin, and we're gonna sign off. Yeah. So have a good one. I appreciate you guys so much, and I will see you very, very soon. Stay safe. Wash your hands. Wear a mask. Stay home, and let's all support each other and be kind. Good vibes. Good vibes. Good vibes. And we'll do one more A minor pentatonic jam for you. All right. Peace.